They are one of the most talented teams in 32-6A, maybe one of the most talented teams across the Rio Grande Valley. The Weslaco East Wildcats begin practice today right here at Weslaco East High School, and they are grinding it out for the next 3 weeks until that opening game, which will be in September 1st against Sharyland. Hello everybody, Carlos Robledo along with Mike Gonzalez, and we'll get with Mike Gonzalez here in a little bit. He'll talk a little bit of the defense. I'll be talking more on the offense here for Weslaco East as they begin the first day of two-a-day workouts. Weslaco High School, they had spring ball, so they will practice a week from today. So right now we're talking about the Wildcats, and the Wildcats have a wealth of talent coming back, and yeah, they are a team that's going to contend for the 32-6A title because of all that talent that they have coming back. Players that have been on this team that have been starters for 3 years at key positions, like Richard LeFevre, the quarterback. Yeah, like J.C. Vargas, who is a utility player, an all-around athlete. He plays offense, he plays defense, and he also plays special teams. And then, of course, Roy Pedraza, who rushed for almost 2,000 yards last year, and he had 20 touchdowns. Let's bring in the head coach for the Weslaco East Wildcats, now beginning his 12th year. Coach, 11 straight years to the playoffs. Or 10 straight years that y'all have gone to the playoffs. You're hoping to make it 11 this year. You went 3 deep into the playoffs last year. What are the expectations for this year?
To go 1-0.
Taking it one game at a time. You're just thinking about that game against Sharyland.
Well, of course. I mean, you know, a lot of teams like to say, you know, they're going to go for an undefeated season. I'm sure every team that starts out is going to go for an undefeated season. But if you don't go 1-0, you can't go 10-0. You don't go 1-0, you can't go 2-0. So these kids got their focus on Sharyland. We got 2 scrimmages coming up that's going to get us ready for Sharyland. They're one of the most successful programs in the valley. So, you know, we want to play the best teams. Then we got McCallum Memorial, one of the best teams in the valley. Then we got Economides, playoff team. Then we got Weslaco, followed by San Benito, followed by Los Fresnos, followed by Harlingen. We got one of the toughest schedule in South Texas, but you know we're going to take one game at a time and see how they how everything is put together.
Now you get a chance to work with these players nearly year-round now. You have them during the football class. You have them during the summer. You got summer conditioning. You know they don't throw the football around, but of course you get them in shape and all that. So these next 3 weeks, you know, what are you guys going to be working on?
Airing the ball out.
You're going to pass the ball. I think you passed for, what, 700 yards last year? You're going to try to throw for 1,000 this year?
You know, I'd throw for 0 yards if we go 10-0, but, you know, we're going to throw the ball. We're going to do what's best for our kids. We got a lot of weapons. Again, you know, it depends on our quarterback play. If he's completing the ball, I'm going to call pass plays. If he's not, I'm going to hand the ball to Roy, JC, Freddie Gonzalez, and all those backs that we got. So, you know, we got to put together an offensive line. We lost most of those guys last year. We got all our defense coming back. We got 2,000-yard rusher, 4-year starter. We got J.C. Vargas coming back, who does a little bit of everything, 4-year starter. So, you know, and Rich is a 3-year starter. And we got a guy named Freddie Gonzalez who plays a little bit of fullback, a little bit of tailback. He's been a 3-year starter, mostly a 2-year starter, and he's got a lot of talent. So, you know, we're going to see what's best for our kids, and we're going to put some East football together.
Coach, last year y'all were 4-3 in district play. It looks like this year it's going to be another tough 32-6A. Harlingen, San Benito, Weslaco East. Those are the top 3 teams, and that's who everyone is saying is going to battle for that district championship. What do you think about that?
I don't believe that. You know, I think us 3 got a chance to be pretty good, but you know, you're leaving out a lot of teams. Weslaco High is going to be good. They're excited with their new head coach. Harlingen South has a great head coach in Richie. I mean, that guy's going to do a great job over there. Hannah, Mark Guess, has got a bunch of talent coming back, and he's a great coach. Tom Chavez at Rivetta's got the most starters coming back, and you know what he's done in the past. So I can't think of one easy game we got this year. So like I said, we'll get ready for Sharyland, get our team ready, and see what happens.
What is the attitude like so far this morning? I know you only been out here for a couple of hours. It started at 7 o'clock in the morning with issuing with the equipment. What's the attitude like? What are you telling your kids?
Oh, they're excited. You know, they've been excited all summer. You know, they was excited when we lost to Steele, and I know we got blown out, and, you know, we're trying to close that gap on that third round team that we play, but, you know, that's all across the valley. We got to try to improve every year, and the 4 teams that represent our district, you know, is going to go and do well in the playoffs because our district is tough. But these kids have been jacked up. They've been ready to go. This morning, the effort that I've received from these kids have been second to none. We got 2 scrimmages. It gives us a chance to look at a lot of the younger kids because we know what Roy and JC and Rich can do, but we want to see those younger kids perform in those scrimmages.
What about Chucky? Is he back?
Chucky's back.
That's all you got to say.
Look, Look down, look up. It's good. Chucky's going to be a partial 3-year starter, definitely a 2-year starter. He's something else. He gives us a hell of a weapon on the kicking game, so we're sort of excited about him. He was here this morning ready to kick, but we don't do kicking in the morning, so he got up early, got his stuff. He'll be back to do some kicking.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. I know it's a special week. I know your birthday is sometime this week. It's always during that first week, so happy birthday and have some fun later.
Yeah, my birthday's tomorrow, and I turn 41. I know I'm getting old, but actually I turned 51. I want to thank KWES for all you guys do. I know you guys cover both schools. You guys do a great job. I know myself and the coaches here at Weslaco really thank you guys for what you do, so thanks a lot.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, and we appreciate you as well, letting us hang out here during the first day of two-a-day workouts. Not really two-a-days anymore because they really usually have like a long workout. They'll work out till about 11 o'clock, then they'll take a break, lift some weights, and then the kids will go home. But every school has it differently. So that's Coach Burgett. We're going to take a look at the offense now. Let's take a look at some video as they were working out a little bit earlier today.
That ball's going to be thrown to the back of that end zone, so when I catch it, I'm not fading back inside here. So, come on, City. Hey, let's go! Throw it! Good hands, good job. Ready. On the ball. Why are we stopping right there? Receivers. All we're doing is taking out the tight end. X, Y, Z, fullback. 1 yard by 1 yard. You split the difference. I don't want to see you bunched up on that guy over there, okay? That's a lot better. Good.
All right, and that is a look at the offense. For more on the defense, let's send it over to the other side of the field where Mike Gonzalez is standing by. Mike.
All right, Carlos, joining me right now will be defensive coordinator Rene Guzman. Coach, it's good to see you.
Good morning. How you doing?
Let's let the folks know, Coach, you are the only one that was here when the school began varsity play in 2002. This is the 16th year that the program has now participated in varsity football. So they started as a 4A, then jumped to the 5A, now 6A. What did you talk to us about what the journey has been like for you? And now you're in your, 11th year as a defensive coordinator.
Well, you know what? It's great to see the tradition grow. Going from the first inaugural year, that was tough. Going 0-10 really wakes you up and it shakes you up, and you just do whatever you can to get by and find ways to get these kids rallied up. And you know what? Throughout the years, our tradition has grown. The East Side Strong Side motto is just taken over as far as the whole shtick here with the kids, and now coming up from the junior high levels, they're excited to be part of that, and it keeps on growing. So, we're doing things pretty good here so far. So at least I can say that, I've been here since then. My 3 boys came through the program, and now it's just a matter of getting those kids, the younger kids, involved down at the junior highs, and their anticipation to get here is just unbelievable. We go down there and we talk to the kids, and the kids are just, Coach, I can't wait to get up there to play, and which is good. That means we're doing things right here.
There's one thing that the defensive side of the ball has is continuity as far as the staff is concerned. You guys have been together and built this thing up. Last year, I know you guys finished in the middle of the pack in a tough 32-6A. You gave up about 278 yards per game, which is pretty solid compared to the kind of offenses that we have in this district. And then you have 8 starters coming back in 2017. That's a pretty good place to start, no?
Yes, sir, it is, man. It's one of those things that, the defensive staff we have, it's just unbelievable. We got so much experience with Coach Villarreal, Coach Salinas, Coach Perryman, Coach Pedraza, Coach Segura, and Mike Gonzalez, the linebacker coach. And we gelled together, and one of the biggest things that's really helped us out is our game planning is pretty good, but I think as a defensive staff, are just unbelievable how we can make our halftime adjustments. And you know what? Calm, cool. We stay poised. We don't let anything rattle us, and we just get the job done. And those guys, make my job easy calling the defense on those Friday nights.
Yeah, right. And going back to the players, Coach, as we mentioned, 8 coming back. That's a really good place to start. I bet. Why don't you just fill us in a little bit, without going into too much detail on some of the players coming back on defense?
Right now our defensive line, those 4 are coming back. We got Joel Garza, defensive end, Fernando Garza, defensive end, Robert Torres in the tackle, and Banda anchoring, Jacob Banda anchoring the D-line. And with those guys there, it's going to make the guys guys in the back end, like Freddie Cardenas is returning a leading tackler as a linebacker, makes his job easy. You know, we can count on those 4 guys to really step it up this year. We got 2 of them that are seniors, 2 of them that are juniors. They're come back after this season, and they should do a good job. That's at the strength right now of our defense.
Being that this is the very first practice of 2-a-days and the guys can't wear their pads until, what, Friday, I believe. What do you look for in the first day of practice from the defensive unit?
You know, we just look for, the basic fundamentals, the reads, getting back into the rhythm of things and flying to the football. You know, we want to swarm the football wherever it's at. As a defense, that's what you preach, and that's what we preach here as far as, getting those guys after it. You can't make contact, so a lot of these guys are real antsy right now, and there's it just trying to stay away from that stuff. So we just got to emphasize, the fundamentals, getting back into shape, football shape. So those are the things we look for.
And what have you seen as a defensive coordinator from your players in this first day of training camp?
Oh, they're eager to get back. They're eager to get back and make a statement again this year. And it's just going to be a matter of executing and doing their job.
All right, Coach. Well, we look forward to a terrific 2000 season from you guys, and I'm sure the defense is going to look great out there. And, before we send it out back to Carlos, let's take a quick look at the defensive unit.
I'm ready to engage with them. I want to get off them. You see that foot kick over? You see that whip? Right there. Boom. That's what I want. And you can hear that hit. You can hear that slap. It's that hit. I'm trying to go outside. I say hit. You're going to take your 2 steps. You're going to take 2 steps. Hit. Go, go. Ready. Set. Go, go. Good. Back up. Fight it with your hands. Fight it with your hands. Ready.
Yeah, this team is going to be loaded coming up this year in 2017, and they are going to, go out there and battle for a district championship against Harlingen, San Benito, Weslaco East, with all that talent coming back. And yes, they're strong. Also at special teams because they got Chucky coming back, and that defense. Don't tell anybody, but that defense is pretty solid as well. We're going to have more on Weslaco East later on in the week. We're going to go ahead and let them work out, and then on Friday we're going to come back and we're going to do a full live show, a 30-minute broadcast right here at Weslaco East where they put on the pads. And Mike, what can we look forward to coming up on Friday?
Well, Carlos, we're going to have some feature stories about some of our veteran players, starting with Richard LeFevre, the quarterback, again, 3-year starter, much more improved, looks stronger, looks bigger, looks more confident. And then you have Roy Pedraza, who's off almost 2,000 yards rushing and 20 touchdowns. J.C. Vargas, the utility player who can do it all from running back, receiver, kick, punt returner. I mean, I remember Coach Bergetti even joking last year that he can even play for the band. I mean, so we look forward to for the viewers to watch us, and we have some great stuff coming up.
Yeah, I just saw Roy Pedraza running some drills right now. And he must have put on maybe 15, maybe 20 pounds of muscle. Remember, this is a guy who is a state champion power lifter at running back, has great speed. He played linebacker most of his career, also played a little bit of linebacker last year, but he's going to be the focal point of this offense running that football. And, of course, JC is an X factor, and Richard LeFevre. Don't forget about Richard LeFevre because not only can he throw the ball, but he could also run with the ball too. Isn't that right, Mike?
That's correct, Carlos. He must have had about 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns last year. I mean, as you mentioned, he's bigger and he's stronger. Don't be surprised if open field, he's going to be that much more effective. And then Roy, as you mentioned, is faster. I mean, we already thought he was pretty fast. That was something he really emphasized on in the offseason.
All right, thank you very much, Mike, and we look forward to more coverage of the Weslaco East Wildcats as 2-a-day workouts begins here in Weslaco, also begins across the Rio Grande Valley and the state of Texas. We will be back Friday. KWES Facebook going to be live right here at Weslaco East High School. For Mike Gonzalez, I'm Carlos Robledo. We'll see you guys on Friday.